Welcome back to DND404. I'm your DM. And yeah.
Jared?
Yeah, I'm taking over. I'm taking over. Yep. It's the first time. So hopefully it goes well. I got some twists and some turns for these guys. We'll see how it goes. And brought to you by these three delinquents. Tony, why don't you kick us off?
What are we the three of?
Oh, we are the three seasonings.
Three seasonings in my spice rack.
Joined with me are the other three seasonings on my spice rack. Tony.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tony, and today I'll be playing Telemachus, the Barbarian. And I'm not gonna just ruin his what he looks like just yet, but I would be the Montreal steak seasoning in my spice rack. Yo, basic. Yo, basic. It's so good. Basic.
It is good. I was gonna do it, but it is basic as fuck.
Listen, why add many when it's all in one inconvenient, in one convenient little jar?
Allspice. Hi, everybody. I'm Dan. I usually play Menace, but I will be playing a half-elf today. And I am I don't know if I want to go straight up spice or like seasoning, but I'll go my favorite dry rub. West Texas mesquite.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I now see how mine sounded basic next to that answer. I take it back. I recant.
Yeah, it's too late.
I stand corrected.
Counter spice.
Yeah. My name is Alec. I am playing Limbo the monk today, and it's not my favorite, but it's a solid go-to on certain occasions. Old Bay. I love Old Bay seasoning, especially
Always
on
good.
Obviously seafood and stuff. Or like it also makes a really good addition to like if you're making your own dry rub for like chicken wings or something. It's great.
Old Bay is amazing, but how is that not basic? I feel like that's such a go-to.
It is. I told you I was going to say.
I
did say I was going to pick Montreal steak seasoning, but it is basic.
I said you were basic. I never said I wasn't. That's okay.
I picked McCormick's.
I know this little underground spice called salt. Why don't you get on my level?
Yeah. Speaking of basic seasonings, mine would be Laurie's seasoning for hamburgers. It's wonderful.
That has to be a Midwestern thing because I have no idea what it is.
No idea what you're talking about.
You don't know what Laurie's?
No. What? Tell us about it.
Never heard of it in my life.
What?
No.
Oh my God. That's what you put. All right. When you grill burgers, you put Laurie's seasoning on the burgers so that they taste like magic.
Montreal steak seasoning on my burgers.
Do you really?
There's
First of
no
all,
way.
the only seasoning you need for hamburgers is the past hamburgers that were grilled on the barbecue, okay? Just right there, all that grease that's saved up.
No, dude.
Easy.
There's nothing some.
No.
I told you, I like Montreal steak seasoning, but it is basic.
Dude, when you guys come, all right, we're grilling burgers, Laurie's. You're going to get a hit.
Ooh.
Well, speaking of basic, how about we go back to the basics? Alec, give us that rundown.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, this week's rundown is brought to you by our Twitter. All right, guys, make sure there's a lot of happening things on Twitter right now. And honestly, it's growing. And if you're not a part of it, you really do need to be a part of this movement. It's great. I really do appreciate everyone that has already went ahead and followed us on Twitter and supported us. But I also do post a lot of the upcoming news, upcoming announcements. We also post a lot of stuff like Drell's tier lists on there. So yeah, if you haven't, make sure you check it out. Twitter.com/ or I guess technically / DND pod 404. I'm getting X's in the chat because they want me to call it X. I will never call it X. It's Twitter. You guys all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, follow us on X because the URL is still twitter.com. So twitter.com / DND pod 404.
So at that point, let's go ahead and kick it away, Bard.
This is the intro. DND404. This is the intro.
All right. Are we ready? Alec, you good?
Yeah, I had to turn on the
10.
AC. It's hot as fuck in here.
Well, you know what? That was a wonderful choice because we're gonna be getting a little cold today.
It's a lot of ice.
Yes. Today, the heroes start off at the village of Frostfall, which sits on the edge of a frigid wasteland bordered by treacherous frozen peaks. The locals rely on rare icy herbs and minerals. However, recently, miners have discovered a massive ice-covered entrance, revealing a cave system beneath the mountains. Villagers report strange sightings and eerie sounds emanating from the cave's entrances. The town leader, Elder Lyria, an old, kindly, heart-warmed woman, has summoned the adventurers to investigate the cave, promising treasure from the town's reserves. She gifted a small amulet to each one of you and claims it will protect you from the cave's curses.
Ooh.
She will be accompanying you to the front of the cave. So, if you guys can, while we're walking up there, why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Or talk amongst yourself if you guys already know each other.
Okay, so I will go ahead and go first. As I said, I am playing Limbo. He is a GIF monk. He is not bright purple, but he's a pretty good tint of purple, almost like Barney. It's kind of like what I was basing it off of. He is a slow death monk, I believe. So yeah, he's unarmored. He just has leather pants, leather boots. He has a satchel over his shoulder that carries all of his stuff. He also uses a quarterstaff to fight. He's also known as a criminal. That's kind of how he makes his money. He's not, I wouldn't say a hitman, but he's maybe like muscle for hire. He's known to help in some crimes here and there. So yeah, that is Limbo.
We needed this guy taken out quiet, so we hired a hippo to do it.
Yo, hey, I like I said, he's not a hitman. He's more like muscle. Like people need a bodyguard or something, they hire Limbo.
Like a lily pad on the water, silent and strong and sturdy.
Yo,
It's 30.
with my acrobatics, I could probably do it.
Walking next to him, sauntering lightly next to him, is a half-elf named Jax Tordal. He's got a navy blue bandana tied around his head. He carries a mandolin, probably has his drum in his pack, a penny whistle at the side of his sash. Basically looks like a retired pirate is what this guy looks like. And he does lean over to his buddy Limbo, who he just met a few weeks ago. He's like, Limbo. And I make sure that Elder Lyria is not listening. Limbo, I can't believe we fooled her into thinking we were proper adventurers.
Yep, I plan on getting me some money.
That's what I'm saying. What do you think? What do you think, Telemachus?
Telemachus, I am playing Telemachus, who is a Harengon. He is a proud, stout, mighty 2.5 foot tall bunny. He is a snow hare, so he's completely all white, matches the setting. And he has this fuzzy, fit to size barbarian armor on, leather, fuzzy little neck koozie with all leather straps. And attached to his back is a human-sized glaive. It is very long, very tall. As a barbarian, Telemachus has no problem holding it around. It's just strapped to his back. Standing on his hind legs, he looks up at his two buddies. That's right. Listen, no job is too big for Telemachus. All right? We got this in the bag, boys. Gold in our pocket, ale in our cup. Be ready to fill us up.
Which I'm almost out of, by the way. Could use a filler-upper, so.
Nothing like a warm cup of ale in the icy tundra.
Oh, Telly, you're so funny. And he fucking pats him on the head hella hard.
I'm gonna be laughing this whole episode. I'm gonna try and contain it.
You see as Telemachus looks up at you and he has this fiery red rabbit eyes. It's like, as you pet his cute, adorable little head.
I look down at my necklace and I'm kind of eyeing it, biting it. Hey, Lyria, is this going to keep us safe? It is? Yeah, it's got magic in it. What's the deal here?
All right, so Lyria walks you guys to the front of the cavern, letting you know to make sure, very important, that you make sure that you keep those on because of the curses that have been in this cavern. Taking them off could be super detrimental. She makes it very stern that you know that. Walks you to the entrance of the cave that the miners have discovered, and you notice that there's a staircase that leads down. All ice staircase. Not ideal for a staircase, but Lyria starts holding onto the railing and taking one step at a time because she doesn't want to break a hip because she's a very old lady, and starts slowly descending the stairs and looks back and gestures you guys to come in.
I would like to help Illyria down the stairs as I try to hop in front of her and then offer my little paw as stability. Right, please follow me, milady. Let me guide you down these icy cold steps.
Oh, that's wonderful. And she grabs onto your head and uses you as like a cane.
Okay, all right. Listen, old ladies, foundation of our people.
Surprisingly, really good grip strength, and it's like pulling your eyes back. All right. So everyone's coming into the cave. Everyone's got their pendant on, and she just does a double, triple check.
Oh yeah, I got it on. Hey, listen, is this worth a lot here?
Let's just say when you come out,
I bite it.
It's gonna be, that's the least of your, the least valuable thing once we get out of this place.
See, that's what I like to hear. Okay, I'm coming down then.
So you go down quite a staircase, and which seems to take forever because of how slow Lyria is going. Once you get down to the bottom, if you look at roll 20, you will see what's in front of you. To paint the picture, it's a very icy square room with statues in 4 of the corners of the room. There's a big pedestal that has some engravings on it right in front of you, and then a large circle in the middle with a smaller circle. But I mean, this thing is, I mean, in comparison to the room, massive. Then there's 3 points that seem to be columns that are going straight up into what seems like nothingness above you. And it's the only things other than the walls that seem to be going straight to the ceiling, which you can't see.
So the ceiling is just like this icy mist. It kind of looks like we're looking into like the void.
You're looking up, and it's so, your torch's light doesn't, you can't even see the ceiling.
I look up at Limbo. This isn't a height issue, right? We can't see that? All that mist?
No, I just see the sky. I'm not really sure where these things even go to. I want to walk over to one of the statues, and I want to like investigate the statues.
Okay.
So Limbo walks over there, and he's got his staff, and he's just kind of using it, as like a walking stick at the moment. Let me see, investigation. It's a 14 to investigation.
You notice that it is a strange being that you haven't seen before. And out of all of the things that you are seeing on it, none of them seem to stand out other than it seems obscure. Kind of a creature, maybe outer worldly even, to your point of view. But there's nothing to note other than it's very peculiar.
I just kind of like bang it with my quarterstaff and ponder about it for a second and then walk away.
The moment you hit it, the echo reverberates in the room, and more so down the east room. For some reason, you hear the echo. It seems to go all around the room, but more so down the east side of the room. So the old lady still walking down the stairs. Is there anything else the two of you want to do while he's investigating the statue?
So in the center of the room, there's this pedestal and there's 3 pillars around it. Is there something in front of it that looks like an altar of some kind?
Yes. There's something on it that seems to be of significance, yes.
I'll go check out the altar.
Okay.
In front of the pedestal in the center of the room.
So you look at the altar, and it seems to have 3 slots and some writing that you can't make out currently. But there are 3, it seems like 3 placed things that you can place within this.
I sniff it.
You smell many different scents off of this. Many different scents.
I'm getting some ice, chill. Question, would it happen to be Frost Giant related?
No.
Okay. So Telemachus his background is that he's a foundling. He was raised by giants.
Okay.
Telemachus may not be schma in the book sense, but being raised by many different giants in his life, he has a bit of wealth of knowledge regarding giants. So would these etchings or carvings or statues have anything to do with giant culture?
So giants are humanoid, like giants, right?
Yeah, like a hill giant, frost giant, fire giants.
You notice that it isn't anything related to the giants, but there is a familiar something there for you, but you can't place it yet.
I'm picking up on something. Something familiar. Something, like a swirl of flavors in Mama Stew.
Yes, I think I'm picking up on it too. Yes, that's right. I think 1, 2, 3. This is where your last 3 brain cells go, Telemachus.
I thump at him. I slap my foot.
Limbo wants to try. And he walks over and just drops his face on the altar and starts trying to smell it.
You get the scent of cold. Sid.
This is really cold.
Lyria finally makes it down, and she gives you instructions. In seeing this, we've tried to figure this out. My village, anytime we've tried to send any people further, we're not fighters. We haven't seen them. So if you can recover any of our villagers, or even figure out what this does, it'd be super. You will handsomely
Don't you
rewarded.
worry your wrinkly little brain about it, okay? The 3 of us, we're gonna do just fine in here. Especially these 2. I'll be in the back cheering them on. I think we'll do fine.
I side eye Limbo, like hard. Give her a mean side eye.
So she's gonna stay here is what she's saying. Do you want to ask her anything?
All right, Lyria, is there anything that you discovered before going into these halls, to the left, the right, in front of us?
She comments that this is as far as she's ever been, and with the 3 strong adventurers that she has in front of her, this is further than she's come. She's only heard from people in the village. They said that the 2 places that they've sent past adventurers was the east and the west. They haven't gone and checked the south area yet, but the people that went east and west never returned.
Okay, so as they say, 3rd time's a charm. So Telemachus, let's go find your other brain cell down that hallway, and I point south.
I mean, let me hold your hand. I bite Jax's hand. I give it a little nibble.
Yeah, so I guess, Limbo kind of follows them down to the south stairway.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do in here?
I don't think right now. Maybe
The
when we
way
come back.
you ask me that, I feel like I should do
No,
something
I'm just making
else,
sure
but-
because I'm gonna.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I'm hopefully. I don't know Roll20 very much, but hopefully I'm gonna pick us to the right spot. So
I would like to do one more thing before we leave the room.
okay.
I would like to do an
All right.
insight check on Lyria. I want to see if she's on the up and up, or I get any weird vibes of
Okay.
non-human nature.
Turn around and I see him leering at Lyria, and I also do an insight check.
A strong 3.
You know that she has money, and you need it.
I got a nat 20 on my insight check.
For a nat 20, you know that what she's saying is true, but you're not sure it's the whole truth. You think that she maybe is leaving parts out, a part out or 2.
Lyria, just before we go down here, there might not be any pertinent information that might keep us alive, is there? You know, because if we come out this alive, it's a bit easier to help you.
She confesses that she has hired one other group to search, but she didn't come down this far or give them the amulets, and they never returned. So you may find them in your travels down here.
And is there anything you want us to do if we find them?
She wants you to bring whatever you can back for their family.
Okay, sure, we'll do what we can.
A keepsake or something.
It'll cost you a bit extra, but we'll do what we can. And I venture down the south hallway.
Good call there, Jax. Good call there, Jax.
I got you, buddy.
I knew we brought him for a reason, Limber.
Limbo just sees a fly and he's like trying to like hit it with his stick as he's not even paying attention to anything that's happened in the past 10 minutes.
You miss, and you hit the ground, and you hear that echo again, but again you hear it radiating more from the east side.
It's like
It's kind of weird.
it's like the cavern's
Right.
trying to tell us something through the mystery of sound.
Yeah, should we go that way? And I point to the east.
Listen, it's your world. I'm just living in it.
Yeah, Telly, what do you want to do?
I feel like we should head eastward. I got the strong urge to head southward.
We could always split up.
That sounds like a fine idea, Limbo. I like the way you think, buddy.
I don't like that idea.
I really like the way you handle yourself, Limbo.
So me and Jax will go this way, Telly, and you go that way. And I point this east and south.
We'll stick together. Something tells me you'll need me
That idea I do
when
like.
your footing gets all messed up.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess in that sense, well, I guess what do you guys want to do? You guys want to go east or you guys want to go south?
Honestly, I think we should head east.
We should, but no one's gone south either.
True.
Yeah, but the sound, Dan, the sound.
I know.
All right, executive decision. 2 beats 1. We're
Sounds
going
good.
east.
I poke Jax with my glaive. Come on, go ahead, come in.
Lyria runs in front of you, and she's like, no, where are you going?
Eastward.
We
Don't
guys
you
are
hear
going-
that?
What? No. We need to check the other people didn't come back from that.
Yeah, so we could go find them.
Oh. Okay. Well, you can tell that she's very.
I'll tell you what, Lyria. How about you tell us which way you would like us to head? You paying us? We go where you send us.
Yeah. I like that. I don't know. This guy's the decision maker, and she kind of starts shooing you to the south.
All right, well, I guess we're going south then. And I just start walking, and Limbo will lead the way.
The 3 adventurers head south, and the poor little old lady is gonna sit back and hope she doesn't hear any screams. So as you guys are going down the stairs, you see a sign that says this is Wing A. Okay, you walk down the stairs, and all of a sudden you get a good glimpse of what is actually down there, and there's no monsters at all. What you see in front of you, desks, books, scrolls, all of this looking like a library. There's 3 desks on your, or there's 2 desks on your right, 1 on your left, many single standing desks all around, books strout all around, and a full line of bookcases on all sides of this room.
Paper. #1 tree killer. What a waste.
Thing to note, you do notice some debris. You see that there's a smashed bookcase over on the west side of the room. You do notice that there are books that are open to certain pages, and then that there's debris in some of the corners of the room.
I'll walk over to the smashed bookcase in the northwestern corner of the room.
Okay.
So, is there anything else in the room besides the books and tables?
Just by a quick glance, there's so many books that you're kind of lost in the sauce. You know what I mean? You'd have to really maybe go up and down the aisles, or look a little closer, do like an investigation check type of situation to see if there's something on the shelves itself, or if you want to sit at one of the desks and read one of the books.
Well, Limbo doesn't read real good, so I'm gonna keep looking for something else. And he's gonna, because he doesn't know how to read, so he's just going to he's just gonna look for something else in the hallways. That's a 17 as he's walking up and down the aisle.
Which aisle? Is he walking up the east, south side?
Let's walk down the west side. West coast, best coast.
Right there?
Yeah, so he's over here in the western, the southwestern part of the room.
Okay. And what's Jack gonna be doing?
Jax.
Yep.
Yeah, Jax doesn't want to waste too much time looking through, like rifling through a bunch of books. So I want to kind of survey the room and see if there's maybe a few books or maybe something that stands out to me on one of the desks.
Okay.
I'll do like a perception check to just like survey the room.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with yours first. What'd you get?
I got a 12 on my perception check.
Perception? Okay. You do notice that the shelves aren't really calling to you, but you do just walk by a desk and something about it kind of called to you. Maybe you saw a keyword or something along those lines. Give me a investigation check.
It's a 14.
Okay, so you see something about the one of the other wings of this place, and it says statues aren't carved but appear to be flash frozen in a moment of action. And then it kind of trails off and is a little hard to read at that point. So let's go over to Mr. Thumper.
Mm-hmm.
So you're checking out that bookcase over there?
I'm sniffing the broken bookcase and the debris in the corner.
Okay. You do get a sense of something around you.
Like a spiritual sense? Magnetic sense? Telepathic sense?
A spiritual
A
sense.
spiritual sense. Are the hairs on the back of my neck sticking up? Or do I feel like I'm safe in a friendly environment?
Your hairs are sticking up.
Ooh.
And they start to stick up when they look at that debris that was sitting on that ground.
From a chill place to a hostile environment, I don't like the sense of this. I would like to poke the debris with my glaive and see what I get from like a manageable distance away. And it is a reach weapon, so I can reach an additional 5 feet away from me up to 10 feet as I poke it with my glaive.
Perfect. We'll get back to that. Let's go back over to Limbo.
Yeah.
So Limbo, you rolled a 17, correct?
Yeah.
You are looking up and down the bookcases, and all of a sudden you notice at the very top of the bookcase, just past the debris that's sitting in the corner of the room, that there's a shimmer, some kind of light that hits something that's on the very top of that bookcase.
I reach to grab it.
Okay, by reaching for it, you have to climb on top of the debris that's there.
Mm-hmm.
And just as you're doing that, our good old bunny friend is poking the debris as well. And you guys all need to roll initiative.
Oh.
14 for Limbo.
So 15 for me.
That's a 13 for Telemachus.
Oh, wow.
15, 14, 13. I like our odds already.
That stuff's going to be either above us or below us.
Okay, so 3 ice muffets fly down up that were up really far up in the nest above where you could actually see, fly down and start to strike at with their initiative at level 20.
Guys, there's something I need to tell you about the statues. Oh goodness. Look out!
Demons in my chilly ice cavern.
All right. With an 18, it will hit try to hit Limbo.
An 18 does hit me. This is a melee attack?
Yes.
Okay.
It will do 3 damage to you.
Oh, broke it in my nose.
Plus 2 cold damage. All right, going over to Thummatus. What is it?
Telemachus.
I love little Telly.
Does it hit you with a 13?
A 13 does not hit. I'm just too quick. I'm too spry. I'm too limber.
It senses its part of its nest getting attacked, swoops down, goes to swipe, misses, and just like an anime, slides and turns around and gets ready to assault you again. The Jax, it's going to move right next to you and rolls a 13 as well to attack or to hit.
Oh, 13 will just miss me as I slip on the floor.
Perfect. All right. So with that being said, going over to Jax.
Yeah, I slip and accidentally fall right under it, and then I look. I don't like what's happening to me, so I'm going to So I'm gonna use Vicious Mockery first, and I'm gonna do it just at the one right in front of me, and I'm gonna say, "You're colder than my butt crack on a cold winter night," and it needs to make a wisdom saving throw of 15 or higher.
It got a 12.
Yeah, so it's going to take 4 psychic damage from my Vicious Mockery. And then I'm going to look over at Limbo and go, "Limbo, you're doing a great job, I promise. You're doing wonderful over there." I'm going to bonus action give you a Bardic Inspiration, so that's a D8 right now.
Okay,
for
it's
me.
a D8. Nice.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was 6 or 8 yet, but cool. That works.
Yeah. That was my full turn.
Now Limbo.
Okay. I think Limbo, he looks at the beast that just hit him. He pulls a headband out of his little satchel that he carries around, and he ties it tight as he can on his head, and he's going to take a few attacks. First, he's going to swing his quarterstaff at him, and that is a 19 to hit.
Ooh, that hits.
That is 11 damage. Then I get a second attack, and that is a 17 to hit.
Yes.
That is 10 more damage.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to bonus action. I'm going to stunning strike him. So I will burn 1 key point. Well, actually, I think I have to see if it hits first. That is definitely going to hit. That's a 25 to hit.
Yep.
And then that is 7 more damage. And I'm going to burn 1 key point to, it says when you hit with a melee attack, you can spend 1 key point to make the target stunned until the end of your next turn if it fails on a con saving throw of a DC 13. So it needs to make a DC 13 saving throw.
Got a 11.
Ooh.
So it is now stunned. The one in front of me is now stunned until the end of my turn, my next turn.
Good deal.
Nice. And then since it's stunned, I'm going to make my way. I'm going to do this sick cartwheel over the table right behind me, and I'm going to make my way towards Jax. And I have 45 feet of movement, so I move the full 45.
Awesome.
Damn. Monks, man.
I know, right?
And you hear Limbo yell, "Parkour!" as he does it.
I almost played a monk.
Dude, they're fun. I've never played one before.
They
And I'm
seem
like,
wild, yeah.
I'm like, dude, level 6, 3 attacks, say less, bro. And that is the end of my turn.
All right. Telemetris, right? Is that right? Telemesis.
Come on, little Telly.
Yeah.
So
Lemacelsius.
as the icy method comes down face to face, I take out my 2 hand axes. I'm dual wielding them. I'm spinning them like revolvers, like in a western. And I'm like, they say a rabbit's foot is lucky. Well, good thing I got 2 of them. And I go to attack them with my hand axes. For my first attack, that's going to be a 17 and a 14 to hit.
That does hit.
First one is going to do 9 points of damage plus 9 plus 7, so 16 points of damage. And I'm going to use my bonus action for 2 weapon fighting to hit again, which is just a flat
That
d20.
hits.
No, I rolled a 5 to hit, so I missed on the third one. Yeah.
As he misses that third attack, Limbo looks over at Jackson and goes, "I thought he had 4 feet."
I'm doing boxing drills with my feet as I'm going in and out with the attacks. I'm just like moving left and right. I'm dancing in place.
Yep.
This is what I live for. This is what Telemachus drive for. And I'm going to end my turn as I'm still face to face with this Mephit. My fit this foot up his ass.
Right.
End my turn.
Back to the Mephits. So, the one that Limbo hit is stunned and is unable to do anything. Okay, the one over by Jax will cast Frost Breath, and it will hit each person within a cone in front of them. So it's going to hit Limbo and Jax, but they have to do a DC dexterity saving, which should be, I'm guessing, pretty easy.
What is it? DC what?
10.
You don't need to tell him that. You don't need to tell him that, DM. That's privileged
really?
information.
Okay.
You don't need to tell him that.
It's too late. He told me. Got one over on him, boys. It's a 25.
Oh, that's a 6 for little Jax.
Okay, so then, Mr. Jax, you will take 5 cold damage.
Ouch.
And then it's going to move in between, just on the other side of Jax. Not that it's going to get an opportunity attack, but just that it's going to, after casting the breath, kind of move into that area. And then the last one, now that those two have both gone, we're going to do another melee attack onto our rabbit friend.
I'm dancing. I'm dancing.
Does an 18 hit.
Yeah, it's gonna hit me.
Yeah.
And it will do 3 damage plus 1 cold damage.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
And it will do the exact same thing. It will kind of it swipes at you, but it's like swiping through you and ends up on the other side.
Ooh, chili boy, chili boy.
So that'll be all 3 of theirs turns, and it's back over to Jax.
All right, that hurt a bit. I'm getting a bit cold here. You know, I think I'm just gonna whack at this thing just a little bit, and I'm gonna just hit it with my rapier, see if that does anything.
Okay.
And that's 19 to hit,
Yeah.
and that'll be 7 points of piercing damage from my rapier.
Gotcha.
And I will. Oh, you're just out of range, Telemachus. Sorry.
I don't need it. Whatever you got to offer, I already got it.
All right, so nothing else I can do. I'm just gonna hold steady right where I'm at for now.
Going over to Limbo.
So Limbo, he's going to continue to do some sweet monk moves. He's gonna. Okay, so Limbo makes his way over to the. What are these things again? What are they called?
Mephits.
Mephits. Okay, so Limbo's gonna make his way over to the Mephit that is in between him and Jax, and he's going to take his quarterstaff and beat down on him.
If it fits, I hits.
Don't stop being a bard.
That is a 13 to hit.
13 hits.
All right, that is 8 damage. And then I am going to take another whack at him, and that is going to be a 19 to hit,
Okay.
dealing 8 more damage. And then I'm going to do another unarmed strike bonus action.
Okay.
So I'm going to just headbutt his ass, and that's a 21 to hit,
Definitely hits.
dealing 6 more damage.
So as you go to headbutt it, is kind of falling apart. Since it's made out of ice, already shards are breaking off of it. You go to headbutt it, and as you do, you see this slight smirk almost in its eyes as all of a sudden it explodes and sends jagged ice to everyone within 5 feet. You and Jax both have to do a dexterity saving throw.
Oof. That is a 15.
Oh, goodness, that's an 8.
So you take 8 splashing damage, and luckily our good old Limbo was able to miss it, even though he headbutted the damn thing. All right.
That is correct. Yep. That's actually, it's crazy too, because as I take it down to 0 HP, I channel my inner Armos and gain 8 temporary hit points.
Ooh, love it. Good old Mr. Rabbit. What do you got for us?
I look in the eyes of the method and go, oh, so there's a party when I kill you. Well, I'm ready to dance. And I'm going to go ahead and attack with my 2 hand axes again.
Okay.
17 and a 17. Wow, 2 17s in a row to hit.
They hit.
Ooh. It's going to be 5 plus. It's going to be 13 points of slashing damage total. And then I'm going to go in for my bonus action, 2 weapon fighting. That's a nat 1. And a nat 1.
First nat 1.
You swing at it with your extra action, and before you're even able to do that, you see that same glint in your eye that you saw just moments before that blew up. It blows up and blows one of your axes across the room 10 feet.
My axe. Good old lefty.
You have to do a dexterity saving throw, and your axes. You'll have to pick up your extra weapon.
I got a 13.
Whoa, just barely. So it blows up, and as it smiles, you see that you dodge out of the way, and it starts to frown as it just gets vaporized.
I just jump up really high. Like, big old hop. And I will use the movement on my turn to go pick up my axe.
All right.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right. Good old the last Mephitt season scene. What happens? It flies over and lands right in the middle of the two. The good old Jackson Limbo. It will, while it's flying there, it will do its ice breath again. If you guys both can, use a dexterity saving throw, please.
Does it go in between us, or does it? Where does it land?
It's gonna land here, do the ice breath, and then move in between so that it's kind of all in the area.
Okay. That is a 25 for my dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, nat 20 for me.
Perfect. The ice breath, as it comes down like a dragon breathing ice, ends up missing with its wounded wings and flies and lands and lands in between both of you. All right, going over to Jax. It's up to you.
I guess I'm gonna insult it some more.
Oh, bro, your mom, yeah.
Your mom, yeah. I'm jealous of all the people that ain't met you yet, and I vicious mockery. It's gonna take 5 psychic damage unless it succeeds a 15 wisdom saving throw.
And it gets a 10.
It lost, so 5. It takes 5 psychic damage.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do on my turn. I'm chilling.
Perfect. The one with the hands. What do you got?
Okay, so this is the last one, right? Because
Yes,
Telly.
that's correct.
Okay, cool. Then I'm just gonna try to help kill this one as well. So I'm going to take my first attack with my. Oh my gosh, that was almost an at 20. That's a 21 to hit.
Hits it.
That is 6 damage.
Okay.
That is a 16 to hit.
It hits.
That's 12 more damage, and then I'm going to do another fear. I'll do a flurry of blows this time.
Okay.
So it's just the way I like to imagine. It's just repeated headbutts over and over and over, and that's an 18 to hit, dealing an additional 5 damage.
You headbutt this thing so much that it doesn't even explode, and it leaves a crater in the ground from you constantly headbutting it, and it doesn't shatter. It's just left as a weird, disfigured ice sculpture on the ground.
Threshold.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then Limbo just looks at him and goes, "That was fun."
I pat Limbo on the back of the calf. Wow, just like a squashed up skeeter on the bottom of my paw. Good job, Limbo.
All right, you guys are out of combat. What would you guys like to do now?
Yeah, what I was gonna say before we got a little sidetracked here is those frozen those frozen statues outside, they weren't man-made. They be flash frozen.
Excuse me, what? They were what?
They were flashed, shown private parts that no man should see unconsensually.
Like with the trench coat?
With the trench coat and all. The dingle and the berries.
Oh my god. So you're saying like they used to be people and they were just frozen? Is that like that's
Exactly,
what you're saying?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or something.
Remembering back, do we remember what like were they human shaped statues or were they like beastly shaped statues?
The one that that Limbo looked at was not one he would recognize.
It was unrecognized. Like it wasn't something I've seen before.
So monster.
All right, so did you two actually find anything over there, or did you just set off the methods?
Yeah, I actually want to go back over to that shiny thing that I saw and try to grab it off the bookshelf again.
Okay. You
I got this, and I hop on up. I'm able to hop.
No, you didn't know where it was, and I pushed him away.
True. I'm metagaming. I'm metagaming.
Yeah, he's metagaming. He was on the other side of the tall
What
bookshelf.
you doing over there in the southwestern corner of the frozen VR basement?
Nothing.
You find a crystal up there that is a odd shape, but you know this odd shape from that tablet that we saw in the main room. Can you roll like an investigation?
Yeah. What about insight?
Insight
Yeah.
into the gem
Yeah.
to see if I'm lying to you?
I don't know.
Jim's lying.
Yeah.
I'm oval.
I don't know, man. I have +2 to that, all right? Jeez, get off my back. I got a 7 on my investigation.
With a 7, you know that all you can tell is that it is definitely matches up with that tablet up in the main area.
I relay that back to Telly and Jax, and as I'm on the bookshelf, I like throw the gem like over my shoulder to Jax for him to catch.
Okay.
Oh, all right. You know, don't forget I gave you a bit of my magic, and I wink at him.
Yeah,
Use that anytime you like.
I guess I should have used that, but I was saving it for combat, but I was like, oh fuck, I guess I should have used that.
And I guess I'll take a quick look at it.
You're investigating it, is what you're saying?
Oh, that's a nat 1 for me.
You know just what he knows, and that it's a gem.
It's
So
a
nat
gem.
1.
Oh, it looks nice. Probably goes back in that Who Daddy over there, right? All right, okay.
Yeah.
Why don't we go back into the main area over there? Unless you got something else to find in the rubble over there. Honey bun.
The heck you just called me? And I just stare at him. Now you listen to me, Jax, all right? You listen to me. When you talk to me, you better not talk down to me. Do you know, I lived a long life, full of adventure and daring escapes. I've lifted with hill giants. I cooked with fire giants. I chilled with frost giants. I got high with cloud giants. I've done things your puny little human mind couldn't even comprehend. I lived a long life. And I'm gonna be here. I was here before you, and I'll be here way after you. So when you say my name, you put a little respect on that. As I look way up at him from his boot.
You know, I could probably poop out alphabet soup that'd make a smarter phrase than everything you just said. How about we just get back to the main area?
I thought about his foot, and I skitter off.
I just walked back.
I go investigate my little area by the smashed bookshelf. Did I notice anything, or was that just from the debris from the monster?
So you do notice when you go back over there again that there is a book over there that you pick up and that you read, and you take note of a passage that had a bookmark in it for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And you open it up, and one of the only things that you can really make out is it says, "Followed by blood, life's true tide."
And I'm petting myself. Interesting.
Perfect.
I show this to the boys.
All right. So you guys are heading back to the main area?
I am, yes.
Yes. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. All right. So you come back out. You can see Lyria's face brighten, so excited, in absolute disbelief that one of you, not let alone all three of you, have made it back. And you relay everything that you found to her? Question mark? Yes? No?
Hey, what do you know about blood? And I go over to her with the book under my arm.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't know what this means. Yeah, I don't know. And she's just, you can tell she just isn't sure what this could be.
Insight check as I show her the passage.
What'd you roll?
It's a hard 9. A good hard 9.
You don't believe she knows anything.
I'll take your word for now. What do you know about icy demons?
Well, I mean, there's all sorts of frost and ice and cold and winter up in these hills. But demons, that's a whole new one on me.
You're telling me you've been down here for how many times and you don't know these statues there were frozen solid?
I've never been down here. This is my first time.
So you say.
I sent other people down here.
Anyways, we got one of your gem.
She lights up seeing the gem.
Wait. You said you never been down here before?
Mm-hmm.
Yet when we were deciding on a path, you wanted us to go to the path least traveled. Now, how would you know that type of information?
Because the people that came down here before said we had a lookout, just like I'm doing with you guys. One went to the east, one went to the west. Neither came back.
I look at her, my foot's tapping, arms crossed. Well, I got no reason not to trust you, so all right. And I go and scurry over. And I begin to look around.
If genius skips a generation, your kids are going to be brilliant. I'm going to hold on to the gem for now.
Oh, okay.
I stick it in my pocket. We'll get back to this later. Let us go looking around, though, before we get hasty, all right?
All right. She was very excited that you guys even made it back, overjoyed when you found some kind of gem, and then is now back to biting her nails, wondering what's going to happen next. All right.
All right, Limbo, how about we go and check this echoey hallway over here?
Okay. And Limbo turns and starts walking to the eastern stairwell.
Okay, you guys all going?
Indeed.
While walking down the stairs, I need you guys to all make me a athletics check.
Oh, I get advantage on these.
My time to
Oh
shine.
my god, thank god I rolled a nat one.
Is it if it's for slipping on ice, can I use my acrobatics?
Yes.
Natural 20. 26.
Nice.
I got a 10.
I got a 22 on my athletics.
All right. So, good old Jax, trying to lead the pact, ends up falling down the stairs. Now, unlike the last staircase that was only, a quick spiral down, one floor down, this seems to be going down and down and down.
I want to say, like, I glide down on the icy steps as Jax falls, and at the bottom, when he eats dirt, like, stairs much, and I just glide past him with my nat 20.
All right. So you're going to be, we'll just have you knock, I don't want you to take any damage, but we'll have you be knocked prone, so you'll be last to pick
What I do? Sure.
thing we'll do. Yeah. So as the players enter the wing, the chill seems to get deeper, not from the ice, but from an intangible void that seems to be coming from this area. The path winds down a long spiral descent, each step echoing loudly throughout the seemingly bottom chasm that surrounds the narrow pathway.
Hey, Limbo, where you at? Where you at, bud? I look up the steps. Where you at, Limbo?
I'm coming. And as I finish coming down the stairs,
With a loud thwack, Jax hits the ground, followed by the other two companions. That thwack echoes weirdly within this room. Sounds here don't behave as they should. Whispers can sound like shouts. Footsteps can echo back minutes after they were made. And occasionally, the very walls seem to murmur with unintelligent voices from ages past. In this room, you notice that there is a small, almost a dock, but with no dock itself, but a cove, if you will, with with an ice patch right in the middle. It kind of curves in. There's a boat there that's frozen in place from the ice. To the right, when you come in, you'll see that there's tons of empty, broken crates, a chair or seating situation of some sort. But the pride and joy of this entire room seems to be to the north, which is a statue with its hand reached out, holding something.
You ever feel like you're listening to your environs and you hear the voices echoing from the past? Very, very unique. Unique sound.
And all of a sudden you hear sound.
Who said that? Who said that? My ears are twitching.
All right. So, Limbo.
Yeah.
What do you want to investigate in this area? Anything? You want to check anything out? What do you want to do?
I want to go back over to the statue. I want to investigate this statue because I've been kind of looking at all the statues as we come across them. So I'm going to walk up to the northern side of the area where the statue is, and I want to just investigate the statue.
Okay. How do you say it? Telemachus. Okay. What do you want to investigate or look at?
I go over to the cove and now is this like an icy lake? Is it a body of water frozen over?
So it's kind of in between. There is that patch that's in the middle is frozen, and it is kind of almost I don't want to say a glacier, but it can be stood on. Is from your point of view is what it looks like. There is water sloshing around, chunks of ice around, but it's not all together, or it's not all formatted the same. Like parts of it are frozen solid, some of it's chunky, and then this big patch seems to be all together.
I'll go check out the boat that's sloshing in the icy water.
Okay. And then finally Jax.
Yeah, get
After
up.
getting up.
Crack my back and walking over to see what's going on with the crates and this throne, this icy throne at the bottom of the room towards the south.
We will start with the boat. So you can tell that this boat obviously had the misfortunes of having someone within it. You can notice that there's some kind of skeleton in there of larger than what you're normally used to seeing. When you look out to see where this could have sailed in from, you just see nothingness. The lights unfortunately don't reach that far, but you can tell that it is frozen and solid and it is not moving. There is, however, a note.
I sniffed that note.
Note in the boat.
You stiffen the note and you do recognize a giant.
Ooh, my kin, my people, my blood. Can I read the note?
It says, do not engage, trade, or answer. And that's all it says.
And it's written in giant.
Yes. Let's have Jax go next.
I pick myself up and go over to that chest and cracked throne at the bottom of the room.
As you going over to the do a perception check.
That's I have nat 1s and nat 20s. This nothing in between. So nat
What'd
20,
you get?
27.
Ooh, perfect. Okay, awesome. I was hoping something like that was gonna happen. As you're going over to the chair and seating area where the boxes are, all of a sudden you hear or get a glimpse of something from the water where it is clear. You go and take a look, and you end up having to jump onto the middle little ice patch, to get a clear view of the other side where...
So I'm getting up on the mound to look on the other side of the mound.
Yep, you're trying to look at the farthest east point of the water, and there's just this reflection pool that happens to be there. It's trying to provide you some, from what it seems like, with a 27, some help.
What is it? What is it, your water spirit? Is that what you are?
It says, don't trust yourself, is what it says.
Well, that's a shame. I always thought I was the only one I could trust, but it seemed like you got your wits about you. I'll think about it and, be wary of my own eyes.
That leads us over to Limbo. Limbo goes, give me a roll of...
What kind of check is this?
Let's just do investigation.
Perception?
Investigation.
A nat 1.
Perfect. You see a statue, and it's holding something shiny.
Ooh, shiny. And I'm going to grab it.
As you go to climb, to even put your first hand onto the statue, the moment you do that, you can see that the statue all of a sudden is starting to look almost down at you, and it gets down in a almost like frog-like stance and is looking at you with its eyes.
Hey, this statue's moving.
Telemachus, I think we have an issue over here.
Well, you want to patch ice? Yeah, I'd say that's a big issue, but more of a you issue.
I'm not talking about myself.
Let's have the three of you guys move over there. The statue, you can tell, is waiting for something.
Now, fellas, I don't want to alarm you, and the icy cold eyes leering at us kind of gives me the chills a bit, but I did find this note written in my home native language, giant speak, and it says exclusively, do not engage, trade, and or answer only.
Wait, what does it say?
Trade and or answer only. Do not engage. And I show him the note that's written in giant speak. It's right here, clear as day.
I take the note and I try to hand it to the statue.
Okay, so with that being said, I'm gonna pull back the curtain a little bit. So we'll do that, and then each one of you can then give it one more thing. So this will be Limbo's item. You can tell that it holds its hand out, and the note falls in it, and it's waiting for more.
I don't think I got much value on my satchels, but I can check my nicks and bobs. Let me see what I got.
What's your guys' passive perception?
12.
17.
12.
17? With the 17, the statue was not well carved, you could tell. But once it kind of frogged-like down, you can tell that this is a one-eyed monster.
A one-eyed monster.
Is it large?
Not large.
As long as you ain't no cyclops, and I look at it, I sharply look at it, see if there's a reaction. Natural enemy of our kin.
Rabbits.
Giants! And I yell at him, giants!
Oh, I see. Oh, you must have had a giant brother or something.
Yeah, I had giant brothers. I had giant sisters. I got a giant mama too.
Anyways, why don't you give it something?
All right, let me see what I got here. I'm looking through my satchels.
But I can offer you some gold, and I put 5 gold in the hand of the one-eyed creature.
Okay. When you explain to me how you take out, so you have your coin purse, right?
Yeah.
All right. And you've taken 5 gold out, right?
Yeah, the idea is to like just give a handful of 5 gold pieces.
All right. Is it a large or is it small? How wealthy or broke are we?
I mean, they fit in the palm of my hand.
Okay. All right. So it takes still has the 5 gold and the note in its palm, and it's still sitting there waiting. Not
I
moving.
give him a carrot for my rations.
Okay. So with that being said, how much gold do you have total that you gave to him?
5.
No, I know, but how much total did you have before you gave it to him?
15. Total 15.
Okay, so you gave him a third. Okay, rations. How much rations did you give him?
2 days worth of rations of carrots. Carrots, hay, cabbage, and potatoes.
Okay. Okay.
It's comfort food right there, brother.
Who's the smartest in the bunch?
I would say that's me, but
No, that's me.
Let's do an intelligence, or not intelligence. Let's do history.
That's a 2.
it's a hard 8. A very symmetrical 8.
Flat
And a
7.
7. All right. With that being said, the one-eyed monster turns around, and you start hearing some just very whispery noises, and then it flips back around immediately, and then without a blink of an eye, it goes back to its normal position, and it has the stone in its hand, and right before it finishes kind of freezing back in place, it tilts its hand and the gem falls out.
I catch it.
Awesome. Good deal.
Whew, all right, I was getting a bit worried there when I saw the monstrosity before us, but looks like I got one, you got one. Let's go get Limbo another one. What you say?
Sounds like a plan. And I hop on over to the staircase.
Do you look at the thing that you just grabbed?
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at it, and I bite on it and sniff it a whole bunch.
All right. Hit me with
I
the
also
roll.
chin it, which is what bunnies do to mark their territory.
Okay.
What am I rolling with?
Let's do your investigating.
Oh boy,
So let's
I'm
do
really
that.
strong in investigation. The 2.
It's a shiny thing. Yep, it's definitely shiny.
Another collection for my baubles.
So we'll have you guys move back to the main area.
Hey, Lyria, I thought you said there were monsters down there, that they never came back. Is Lyria there?
Yes. She's overjoyed, downright cheering that you made it back from that side alive. Just blown away on what's happening. She's like, can I see the crystal? Let me see it.
I put my arm on Telemachus's head. I'm like, oh, sorry, we didn't find another crystal down there. It must be in the other room. And I'm trying to deceive her.
Interesting. Okay.
My head instantly snaps to Jax when he puts his hand on me. Like,
All right. Well, let's hope we can find these last 2. I mean, there's got to be 2. I'd go look, but I had such a hard time getting down these first set of stairs.
Yeah, don't worry. You just sit your wrinkly bun on the floor there, and we'll be back. And I move towards the west wing.
All right. Perfect.
hello.
It's normal echoes down this way.
Down the western side? Okay.
Yep.
I walk slower this time, scared, now traumatized by the stairs.
You just
Let
put
me
1
hang
foot
on.
forward, Jax. See, 1, 2.
Okay.
1, 2.
I'm good on boats. I'm not good on ice. Not much experience in this department.
You're making your way down. Various creatures that have long since passed frozen in ice. You notice a mirror on the north and south side of the room, giving you a very disjointed feeling. What are your guys' thoughts here?
There's a mirror on the north and south side
Yep.
of the room. Interesting. And there's all these frozen animals scattered throughout the room.
They are not frozen. They're like barely bones.
Okay.
All right, what are we waiting for? And I shove Telemachus 5 feet forward in between the mirrors.
I'm in between the mirrors as he pushes me 5 feet forward. That son of a bitch.
All right, fellas, that's where we're going to end today's session. Find out what happens to our frozen heroes next week. Now it's time for the Patreon supporters.
And now it's time to shout out the Patreon supporters, starting with the Blood Shard Bandits. First up is Benjamin Hayes. As the plated armor feels weighed upon his transferred soul, he tries to reach out to those that accept him for who he is. However, no one could understand his flaming tongue. The fire burns within his new body as he now stares down a full tankard of ale that he cannot drink, with new companions that he cannot speak to, in the middle of a jungle tavern at the Kambuki Isles. Dylan Snyder is next, aka Reese the Bard. Reese is striding along and writing songs of his journey. Without missing a beat with the wind at his feet, this bard is feeling worthy. With the crunch of the leaves and the shuddering of trees, this Eladrin will fulfill his duties to deliver a tool given to him so unjustly deserving. Julius Kendrick is up next, as the husk of withered trees and a dim gleam of a haunted moon stand over him. As the seasons change, so do his plots of revenge. Rumors of decimated graveyards have been spreading around small towns of Umbrea. Reigns, who was recently killed and had his identity stolen by a demon frog, is next. Our heroes finally brought to light of Reigns' disappearance and had helped him finish his last assignment, purifying the water within Aramore City, and in the process, cleansing all the demon frog eggs left behind by the death slot. However, did they get every last tadpole? Next is Alara Dawnstar. Finally cleaning the Temple of Scoraeus, she is now able to focus on bigger tasks, such as fixing the collapsed roof of the chapel, replacing the giant broken iron doors, and learning how to make and replace religious stained glass. Captain Scarrow, is he revered or just feared? His massive ship sails the ever-towed sea, flying one of the most infamous Jolly Rogers Humbrea has ever seen. This fish-faced skull and bone strikes fear into the heart of his enemies, and if his flag isn't scary enough, perhaps his large man-o'-war ship could make you reconsider. The trees whisper amongst themselves as they look for aid. Rommel blossoms into the bloodshot bandits as our newest woodland protector. This gentle woad pledges his soulful buds to his patron, offering his life to protect his home and the very meaning of nature. Now we're gonna move on to the City College alumni. First up is Andrew Hall. Andrew has decided to work on the magical consequences of divination magic over an expanding period of time for his senior project. Asking student volunteers, he noticed a large group of students who asked him to use tarot cards and then using magic divination to re-pick the bad cards for their students' fortune. He now realizes he may fail. Artemis is next up, and we learn the reason of his disappearance. He is currently assisting local town and villages in the Kambuki Isles. He is updating and educating them on anti-bullying laws and how to prevent bullying. Local town productivity is at an all-time high. Craig is our newest member of the City College alumni, but remains to be a mystery. It seems that the school administration had lost his file at registration. He attends classes, however, his professors are curious of where his attentions may truly lie. Next up is Sly, a not-so-petty thief who has managed to steal enough coin to make a name for themselves. While also able to hire scouts, these scouts keep an ear out for any potential big-time gigs or potential heists. Sakajua is next. Dashing around the campus, this centaur has been demolishing the competition on the City College track and field team. City College Infirmary also loves him for his ability to heal wounded athletes with his clerical powers. Speaking of mysterious students, next up is Patrick Wienerstrom, and his neighbors are more suspicious than ever. A large package was recently delivered to his doorstep with no labels. Strange noises have been coming from his home ever since. Saint Chaos is now in prison. That's right, during his expulsion, new claims have come forth of magical robbery, arson, and mean-spirited name-calling. Without an educational structure system to keep him somewhat in place, who will stop him from his senseless, magical tomfoolery? Next, we have Warden, protector of Dotopia, a yeasty civilization living on Warden's baguette, and he is our last City College alumni. Evading law enforcement, he swears to protect the bread city and the Carbodians who inhabit it. Now we're gonna move on to Humbrea's heroes, starting with Abdul Rahman. Abdul Rahman is an alchemist entrepreneur who has run into some trouble in the town of Gilo recently, as a string of thefts has taken place in his new alchemy shop. Alex Dredd is locked and loaded and searching tirelessly, following a trail of breadcrumbs of his newest delicious bounty. Can you hear that? Nefarious Ducarius's booty cheeks are clapping in the midnight winds throughout Aramore as a small worm infestation has occurred. That's worms with a Y, of course. Man with Glass has just finished his new vase filled with volcanic lava glass. He cannot wait to show the world what he's made. Oh no, is that a stone shooting towards him? New Humbrea's hero Leon, that's Dandy Leon, is a tabaxi pickpocket of Humbrea. Rumors say once you hear the cat's purr, your coin is already gone. Odimel is a new member as well, an elf of the moon in the highest regard. Holy arcane magic swirls around her to guide those who seek help. Our third newest member of Humbrea's heroes is Mr. Johnny Tar. Mr. Tar is a fierce fighter of Humbrea, a force to be reckoned with. And Caleb Schneider, our last but newest Humbreyas hero, is a strong, buff, halfling barbarian who prides himself on being the best lycanthrope hunter in all of Humbrea. You werewolves better beware. Everybody, I just want to say thank you for the love and support and everything in between. If you would like to hear your name on the Patreon shoutouts, go ahead and click the Patreon link down below to find out some more information. And as always, thank you so much, and we'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.